What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. Guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about something serious, right? We want to talk about the lie that has been perpetuated this whole time. People manipulating information from the Bible, from history, and trying to make it their own. So, what we're going to do is we are going to talk about who the real people are that are God's chosen people. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holla! And guess what? I know it's going to be controversial, but hey, somebody's got to do it, right? Holla! Yo, people. So on this topic of who's God's chosen people, right? I've been thinking about it, right? So let's think about it logically, right? So let's think about it logically, right? A certain group of people have claimed to be God's chosen people. Now, my whole point is, how did they get to this conclusion? I have three reasons as to why I think Africans are God's chosen people. Reason number one: first people on earth were God's chosen people. Those were Africans, black men in Africa, the cradle of mankind. Number two, the second reason why I believe Africans are God's chosen people: God blessed Africa with all the minerals in the world, right? God blessed Africa with all the minerals in the world. Number three, God blessed Africans with the most dominant gene. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, if these three reasons do not convince you that African people, black people, are God's chosen people, and that their history has been whitewashed, erased, and they are being exterminated through jealousy and envy. Now it makes sense why black people are the most hated people on the planet, because other race groups are envious and jealous of them because of these three things that I just mentioned. Remember, I said rule number one: Africans were the first people on the planet, right? Number one, black men, first men on the planet. Second, I said God bless Africa with the dominant genes. Understand what I'm saying? Number three. No, that was number three, right? Yeah. So the first person, God created black man first, because black man is the first person on earth, right? Secondly, God blessed Africa with all the minerals, and thirdly, God blessed the black man with the most dominant gene. So if these three reasons are not convincing enough to show you that Africans are God's chosen people, then I don't know what is. Now, you may tell me about the Bible, right? And sure, you're going to tell me the Bible says this, the Bible says that. I'm going to ask you, how did the Bible come to Africa? How did the Bible get to Africa, right? Another thing I might ask you is, who wrote the Bible? Then another thing I'm going to ask you is, who printed the Bible? And there is more proof that the Bible was, can, and will forever be manipulated, because we've seen various versions of the Bible, various interpretations of the word. Okay, history has also proved that white man's history, Africa's history, has been erased, has been changed, has been manipulated to suit a certain narrative. And we all seen it and we all know it, right? It's not a hidden secret, it's an open secret. So if we all know this, why is it not convincing to you that the black man or Africans are God's chosen people? Have you noticed that Africans or black people, it's almost innate for them to excel at whatever they do? It's just almost inherent that they don't really struggle. It's like they excel at almost everything they do. And there's a there's a good reason why other races are putting systems in place for the white man, for the black man not to succeed. Every stumbling block that is put in place is to prevent the black man from succeeding. Now, I may be wrong on this, right? But trust me when I tell you this. People, I am almost 100% sure that every obstacle, everything that's put in this world is put to prevent a black man from succeeding. And that stems from jealousy. That stems from envy. Now, if you are God's chosen people, whoever you think you are, why would you create stumbling blocks for other people not to succeed? If you had to remove the stumbling blocks for the black man not to succeed, you know that he would surpass you by leaps and bounds. And that's the reason why you don't want to remove the obstacles. Obstacles like racism, nepotism, classism, money, financial systems, any type of system that the black man is not accustomed to. Now, a lot of people are going to argue with me and say, no, I'm being racist, and no, I'm being this, and no, I'm being that. Fine, have it your way. But I'm looking at the facts. I'm giving you hard, cold facts. If you want to argue with me in the comment section, that's cool. But at least bring facts. Don't argue just for the sake of arguing. Bring facts. I just made you 3 facts that you cannot argue with. And anybody who's willing to argue with them must bring, I don't know where you're going to get facts from, because you can't bring any biblical facts, because the Bible doesn't count. Because the way I see it, the people that brought the Bible to Africa are the very people who manipulated the Bible to suit their narrative. So therefore, that one is totally disqualified. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Am I on the money, or did I totally miss it with this one? Holla. People, is there a pro to such a conversation? I don't know if there's a pro. I can't even think of a pro. It wouldn't. How would how would you describe what God's chosen people look like? How would you describe how God's children behave? How would you describe how God's chosen people live? How would you describe how God's children or God's chosen people treat other people? If we have to go according to the Bible version of what it means to be God's chosen people, then God's chosen people are not people of evil. God's chosen people are supposed to live a Christ like life. But if God's chosen people are the evilest, most manipulative, most hated. I mean, God's Jesus never set out to rule the world. Jesus never set out to control the world. I don't think that was God's plan for God's chosen people. I mean, if God's chosen people were in certain sectors of society that are Christ-like, sin-free societies, like I would understand. But to think that almost all the sin sectors of society are controlled by God's chosen people, then how are those people God's chosen people? What's striking to me is that the very people that preach about God and the Bible, and they always refer to these ancient biblical towns where the ancestors came from and all that, are the very people that are decimating churches and mosques, and you name it. Is that what God's chosen people do? At the end of the day, no one can say for sure who is God's chosen people. And I doubt you even have tangible, tangible proof to back up your argument, if you have an argument. Because I just said now, I gave three reasons as to why I'm saying that Africans are God's chosen people. The abundance that's in Africa, the lives that Africans were living before any infiltration or colonization or any interference from any outside sources. Africa was a paradise blessed with climate, vegetation, fruit, animals, minerals. It was paradise. It was paradise. This was where paradise literally was. I can almost guarantee you that the Garden of Eden is in Africa. I can almost guarantee you that everything we're reading in the Bible, no. For me, I just feel like the Bible is a one-sided. It's a one-sided event. The Bible was. You can't tell me that God was only present in the Middle East. That would be a lie. Because all the beauty of Africa was created by who? So while the people in the Middle East were blessed enough to document the events of the day, and Africa was not, and Africans did not have the technology or the know-how of documenting the events that God had done for them, doesn't mean that just because you were able to document your event, that we who could not document didn't experience those God-like, Christ-like events and miracles. I mean, the Victoria Falls itself, just the Victoria Falls, is a statement of the creation and the miracle and the wonders of God. That just alone, just that alone. For me, with all arguments set aside, with all facts laid on the table, I still maintain that God's chosen people were Africans. And that is why God created Africans first. And I truly believe that Africans, black people, were made in God's image. I truly believe that. Really, I do. Because black people they didn't have a reason. They still don't have a reason to whitewash anyone's history. They don't even have a reason to erase anyone's history. It's just amazing how everyone else on the planet wants to whitewash and erase the black man and his history. And for some reason, by God's grace, black man and the black history is still standing the test of time. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below, guys, because like I said, man, it's a controversial topic and it's a very touchy subject. So I think I gave my 2 cents on the matter, and maybe someone out there can help educate us on some facts that we didn't know. You know, I stand to be corrected on these 3 facts that I stand firmly on. But if you or someone you know can come up with better facts and hardcore facts and evidence that can prove otherwise, hey, educate us. That's what we're here for. Let's learn, let's inform, let's educate, let's entertain. Holla. Peace out.